If you have a square foot garden and you're wondering what you can plant now that it's starting to cool off a little bit, there are a lot of great plants that actually love the cooler temperatures, especially if you happen to be in one of the warmer zones, 8, 9, and 10, that you don't have to worry so much about lots of freezing temperatures. Today I'm going to go over my 5 favorite vegetables to grow. Coming up.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now.
Alright, so here we have 4x4 raised garden bed ready to go. To set it up for square planting, we got to next put up the grid. So I'm going to use a countersink bit, so that way the screws will go right into the wood and it'll be level. And we're just going to put them out, measuring them out 1 foot at a time. Alright, so now we're going to lay the string across in the 1 foot increments. And the nice thing is with these countersink holes and then the wood screws is they will just go in flush with the wood, and it will tie the string in, so you don't have to worry about nailing it in. Certainly, you could design your square foot garden higher off the ground or in different measurements. It is recommended that your design doesn't require you to reach in more than 2 feet, as that may increase back strain and/or result in wasted space in the center of the garden bed. When Mel Bartholomew invented the square foot gardening method, his vision was in growing more food in less space with less waste. By being thoughtful about your square foot garden, you'll be better able to maximize your harvest, reduce water use, and eat fresher foods, among many other benefits. Showing you this step of creating the grid is critical, and not removing the grid is one of Mel's 10 commandments of square foot gardening. So now you can see the finished product. We've got our 4x4 planter is now 16 squares. By using the grid as a visual reference, you will easily be able to plan what fruit or vegetable will be planted there and how many fit in each square foot, the golden ticket to garden efficiency. It's important to know which soil zone you reside, because it indicates how early your first frost date typically is. Most vegetables don't survive freezing temperatures for long durations, so I'm recommending planting crops in this video through October in zones 8, 9, and 10, where conditions are typically mild enough to grow successfully during the fall. If you're in zone 8, consider planting transplants instead of seeds if possible, so you'll be a few weeks ahead into the growth cycle when planting. Utilizing your square foot garden in the fall is great, as there are many vegetables that actually prefer the temperatures that are a little bit cooler, especially lettuce and other leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. As the temperatures are cooler in the fall, you don't have to worry about your leafy greens bolting constantly like you do in the summer. Because leafy greens grow to different sizes, you'll want to plant according to this chart. For example, you would plant 9 spinach but only 2 kale plants per square. Another great vegetable to grow in autumn, winter squash. If you haven't had winter squash before, it's great to use as a substitute for spaghetti. Add your favorite sauce and cheese, and you'll have something delicious and nutritious. Next up, garlic, which is a great crop to plant throughout fall and mild winter regions to harvest next summer. Garlic is also a good companion plant to the leafy greens we mentioned before. To plant, simply break garlic bulbs apart and place each clove with a pointed end facing up, 1 inch deep in the ground. Carrots are one of my favorite veggies to grow in the fall or spring, as it is much easier to keep them regularly watered and the soil moist compared to summer. Carrots need constant moisture to grow to their full potential. Consider growing carrots of different colors and sizes. You'll be surprised what variety there is. You can grow 16 carrots per square. I picked up some carrots from the nursery, so I'm transplanting them here. They're easy to directly sow into the garden, however, and I usually do that. As you're planting the carrot seeds, you'll notice that they are very small, and sometimes you'll end up placing more than one in a hole, but that's okay. You can always thin them out as they become seedlings. Finally, a flower to plant during fall. Poppies. Poppies are beautiful, don't need a lot of pampering, and bloom best when they are started during cooler months during the year. Plant poppy seeds 4 per square, and you can find poppies in a variety of colors, such as orange, red, yellow, and white. With all the vegetables we discussed adding to your square foot garden today, remember to water them thoroughly after planting. I hope you will take advantage of some of these tips to help continue growing throughout the fall. If you'd like to learn more about how I planted these pumpkins up here, or how to get rid of some slugs, you'll see those in the videos posted here.